The next thing I want to point out to you are these light gray lines. You'll see these on the map on your charts. These are military training routes, and they're all over the place. So as an example, you'll see one here, VR 1040, 1041, VR 1009. They all have some type of an indicator on them. So as an example, the thing to remember here is if it has 4 numbers, as in 1009, that means it's a low-level route that has no segments above 1,500 feet. That's a very low-level route. If it has 3 numbers or 2 numbers, then that is, they have 1 or more segments above 1,500 feet. Okay, so more numbers, lower altitude, no segments above 1,500 feet. For us, for drones, just be aware if you're in an area that has that. The same thing as we discussed earlier about the MOAs. Keep your ears peeled and your eyes peeled. If you see other aircraft coming or hear them coming, then lower the drone until that traffic is passed. Wildlife refuge areas or parks, that type of thing, you'll be able to see those, as is this one is the Cedar Keys National Wildlife Refuge, and it's usually an outline. It's got some dots. You'll see something similar down here. This is a little bit south of Crystal River, same type of thing. You'll find these frequently on the map as well. Those are areas that you may want to consider finding the agency, and it's not on the map as far as other information goes, but you may want to contact whoever the controlling agency is, the Park Service or whoever would be the controlling agency for that area. You may need special permissions and or special permits to fly the drone in those areas. But they are designated on the charts. Every once in a while you'll see questions about that on the chart. Potentially on your test is these little flags. So you'll see there's one there. There's one over here at Tampa North. In reality, what those are reporting points for if you're flying into Tampa, which is a class Bravo. You can tell the controller on the radio that you're at Zephyr Hills inbound. So they would know that you're roughly here on their scope and that you're coming this way. For us with drones, they really don't affect us at all. They're just a nomenclature on the map that you'll have to get used to if you see it on the test. An item that you will see on your test more than likely is you'll be asked about towers. Towers are depicted by these little markings like this on the map. You'll see several of them around. Important thing to remember is you're going to see a couple things such as 2 numbers. For this particular tower, you're going to see 1350 and 1439. Those are the heights of the towers. So 1350 will be AGL and 1439 would be MSL. AGL and MSL are terms that you should be familiar with, and that is AGL above ground level and MSL means sea level. So 2 different altitudes. Above ground level means sea level. If the depiction has little lightning bolts around the top, that means it's a lighted tower. All right. Sometimes you'll see clusters of towers together, but you will see some type of questions like that on the map. You may see also some other things like this line here is a power line. You'll see power lines. You'll see roadways. This one happens to have US 19, so sometimes you'll see that, sometimes you won't. You'll be able to identify it, sometimes not. So again, towers is something you want to pay attention to. And again, AGL and MSL, that will be something you'll see on your test. I also mentioned that we would talk about other special use airspace or things that are depicted. This isn't special use airspace, but you'll see things such as a little picture of this airplane here with a G. That means glider. So that means that there is glider activity in and around this area in this airport. And you'll see this similar thing for airports that have skydiving as well. And instead of a little glider, it'll be a little parachute. And don't forget, when you're looking at this VFR sectional charts, you also have the availability of the legend, which is on all of the maps, and it should be in your test. It will be included in your packet. But this legend, as you can see here, gives you pretty much everything that we've already talked about. It gives you the colors for the different types of airspace and the symbology. It will give you the hash marks for the different airspaces. It will give you the military training routes, what they look like. It will give you the miscellaneous about the gliders and the parachutes and the obstructions or the towers. So don't forget to use whatever you can for resources, and this is a resource that should be included with your packet when you do your test.